My name is Mark. I'm 34 years old. I work as an accountant back home in Ohio. I came on this cruise because my doctor said I needed to rest. Too much stress at work, he told me. The ship left from Miami 5 days ago. It was supposed to be 7 nights in the Caribbean. Simple trip, good food, some sun, maybe read a few books. That was the plan. I'm in cabin 742 on deck 7. It is a small room with a bed, a desk, a bathroom, and a window that looks out at the ocean. The first few days were fine. I ate at the buffet, walked around the deck, and sat by the pool. I kept to myself mostly. I'm not great at talking to strangers. On day 2, I saw an older man at the buffet. He sat 2 tables away. He coughed a few times while eating. I finished my meal and went back to my cabin. I took a shower and read my book for a while. On day 3, I walked on the outer deck. I did 3 laps. I passed a woman sitting on a bench. She looked tired and used a tissue. I kept walking. The ocean looked nice that day. Later, I sat in my room and looked out the window. On day 4, I read by the pool for a short time. A family sat nearby. One of the kids had a runny nose. I did not pay much attention. I went back to my cabin in the evening and ordered room service. I ate at the desk and watched TV. On day 5, I woke up a bit tired. My head felt heavy. I drank some water and went for a short walk. I saw a few people near the medical station. Someone coughed. Maybe a flu, I thought. Then I turned around and went back to my cabin. I took a shower. I spent the rest of the day in my room. I folded some clothes and watched a movie. By evening, I felt okay. I set my alarm for 7. On the morning of day 6, everything changed. I woke up around 7. My head felt heavy. I checked my phone. There was a message from the ship. It said, "Attention all passengers. Due to a reported illness, please stay in your cabins until further notice. Room service will deliver meals. Follow all instructions from crew." I sat on the bed and read it twice. Illness. That word could mean anything. I remembered the things I was noticing for some days now. Could it be that? I turned on the TV. The ship channel had a message scrolling at the bottom. Medical team is handling a small number of cases. Please remain calm and stay in your rooms. I thought about going out anyway. My legs felt restless, but I decided to wait. Better safe than sorry. I opened the mini fridge and drank some water. Then I sat and looked out the window. The ocean was calm, no land in sight. At 9 o'clock, someone knocked on my door. I looked through the peephole. It was a crew member wearing a mask and gloves. He left a tray on the floor and walked away fast. Breakfast, eggs, toast, fruit. I brought it inside and ate slowly. The eggs were cold. Another message came on the TV. This one was from the captain. His voice was steady but tired. "Passengers, we have confirmed cases of a respiratory virus on board. It spreads through close contact and possibly through air in enclosed spaces. We are following all health protocols. Stay in your cabins. Do not open your door to anyone except authorized crew. Wash your hands often. Wear a mask if you must leave for any reason. Report any symptoms immediately. Stay in cabin. Do not open door except for crew. Wash hands. Mask if leaving. Report symptoms." Simple enough. I had hand sanitizer from the airport. I put it on the desk. I also had some masks in my bag from the flight. I laid them out. Then I took a shower and tried to read my book, but the words did not stick. My mind kept going back to the announcement. How many cases? Is it bad? What if it spreads fast on a ship like this? I counted the people I had talked to in the last few days. The waiter at dinner, the guy at the pool bar, a woman who asked me for directions near the elevator. Not too many. I stayed away from the shows and the crowded bars. That was good. By afternoon, the ship felt quiet. No announcements over the speakers, no music from the decks, just the low hum of the engines. I looked out my window again. We were moving slower now. maybe heading back to port. I tried to nap but could not sleep. My thoughts would not stop. What if someone in the next cabin is sick? What if the air system carries it? I checked the door seal. It looked tight. I put a towel at the bottom anyway. Room service came again at lunch. Same guy, same mask. He left soup and a sandwich. I asked him through the door, "How many people are sick?" He did not answer, just walked away. I ate the soup. It was okay. Then I cleaned the whole cabin with the wipes from the bathroom. I wiped the remote, the door handles, the light switches, everything. It took almost an hour. When I finished, my hands smelled like chemicals. The TV message changed again. The virus has spread to more passengers and some crew. We ask everyone to strictly follow the rules. Do not leave your cabin for any reason unless instructed. Supplies will be delivered. If you develop fever, cough, or difficulty breathing, call the medical line at extension 911 from your room phone. I wrote that down too, extension 911. Easy to remember. I checked my temperature with the small thermometer I carry for trips. 98.6. Normal. Good. I thought about my sister back home. She would be worried if she heard about this. I sent her a text. The ship Wi-Fi was slow, but it went through. Everything fine, staying in room, talk soon. I did not want to scare her. The afternoon passed slow. I walked around the small cabin, 10 steps one way, 10 steps back. I did some push-ups on the floor, then sit-ups. My body needed to move. After that, I sat on the bed and stared at the wall. I started making a list in my notebook. Things I had: 4 bottles of water, some snacks from the first days, hand sanitizer, 3 masks, my laptop with movies downloaded. Things I needed: more water, more food if this lasts. At 6 o'clock, dinner came. Chicken, rice, vegetables. I ate half and saved the rest. Who knows when they stop delivering. That night, I slept maybe 3 hours. Every small sound woke me. A door closing somewhere down the hall, footsteps, the ship creaking. I kept the bathroom light on. Day 7.
The TV said the situation was under control, but we must follow rules. No new cases reported in the last 6 hours. I did not believe it completely. Ships are closed spaces. People share air, touch rails, eat together. Hard to stop something once it starts. I exercised again, more push-ups. I tried to keep my mind busy. I wrote down what I remembered from news about other outbreaks. Wash hands, distance, fresh air if possible. My window opened a little. I cracked it and let in sea air. It smelled clean. Around 10 in the morning, I heard shouting in the hall. A man yelling, "My wife is sick, she needs help." Then crew voices, calm but firm. They told him to stay inside. They would send medical team. The yelling continued for a while, then stopped. I stayed away from the door. My thoughts turned dark for a bit. What if it gets to me? I am healthy, but not young. What if the ship cannot get to port fast enough? I pushed those thoughts away. Focus on rules, follow them, and stay alive. Simple. I cleaned the cabin again. Then I organized my suitcase, folded clothes, counted my money. Useless things, but they took time. Lunch came. The crew member looked different height. Maybe they rotate. I did not ask questions this time. I watched a movie on my laptop, an old comedy. It was not funny today. I kept pausing to listen for sounds outside. By evening, the captain spoke again. His voice was rough now. We have 87 confirmed cases. 3 passengers have passed away. We are heading back to Miami at full speed. Medical teams from land will meet us. Please continue to stay in your cabins. Help us stop the spread. 3 dead. The number sat in my stomach like a stone. I drank water and sat still for a long time. I thought about the people who died. Were they old? Did they have conditions? I did not know. I just knew I did not want to be next. I checked my temperature again, still normal. My throat felt fine, no cough, good. That night I could not sleep at all. I sat in the chair by the window and looked at the dark ocean. Stars were out. The ship moved faster now. I could feel it in the way the room vibrated. I thought about my apartment back home, my quiet life, work, gym, weekend groceries. It seemed very far away. Day 8. Breakfast was late. When it came, the tray had a note. Please conserve supplies. 1 meal per person per day starting tomorrow. I read it twice. Things were getting tight. I ate slowly and saved half the food. I drank less water too. I made a new list. Water left, 3 bottles. Food, enough for maybe 2 days if careful. Sanitizer, half full. I started rationing. Small sips, small bites. The TV messages became shorter. Just stay in cabin, follow rules. No updates on numbers. I heard more sounds in the hall. Coughing, someone crying, a door opening and closing fast. I stayed away. I put on a mask even inside the room when I moved around. Better safe. My mind kept working. What if crew gets sick and stops delivering? What if I need medicine? I had some ibuprofen and allergy pills, not much. I exercised until my arms hurt. Then I stretched. Then I cleaned again. The repetition helped my thoughts stay steady. Afternoon. I tried to call my sister, but the signal was bad. Text went through after many tries. Still okay, heading back to Miami. She replied fast. Be safe. News says it's bad there. Love you.
News says it's bad, so people on land know. That means it is serious. I walked the 10 steps again, back and forth. I counted them. 237 times before I stopped. Stupid, but it passed time. Dinner was small, rice and beans. I ate every grain. Night came. I lay on the bed with my eyes open. I thought about the rules. They were all I had. Break them and I increase risk. Follow them and maybe I make it. Day 9. The ship slowed down. I looked out the window. No land yet. Maybe we were still far. Breakfast did not come until 11. The crew member wore full protective gear now. Gown, mask, face shield. He left the tray and left without a word. The food was even less. I saved most of it. The captain did not speak, only a recorded message. Continue following all rules. Medical help is coming. I started to feel the isolation heavy. No one to talk to, just my own thoughts. I talked to myself quietly. Follow rules, stay alive, get home. I checked temperature, normal. My back hurt from the small bed. I tried to sleep during the day but only got short naps. Each time I woke, I checked the door and window. I heard a loud noise around 3, like something heavy dropped. Then silence again. Thoughts came fast. Is someone dead in the hall? Are they moving bodies? I pushed it away. Not my business. Stay in room. I drank the last full bottle of water and opened a new one. I had to be careful. Evening. I ate the saved food from breakfast. It was cold, but okay. I watched the ocean until dark. The ship was moving again at good speed. Night. No sleep. I sat and thought about my job, the numbers on spreadsheets, how simple they were. This was not simple. Day 10. Land was visible in the distance when I woke. Low buildings, Miami, finally. But the ship stopped far out, not docking. A new message. We are waiting for clearance. Medical teams will board soon. Stay in cabins until called. Do not leave early. I packed my bag slowly. Clothes, laptop, documents. I left the dirty clothes. I wiped everything one last time. Hours passed. No one called my cabin. I ate the last food, drank the last water. My thoughts were on getting off the ship, walk through the terminal, get a taxi, go to the airport, fly home. Simple steps. But the rules still applied. I waited. Around 4 in the afternoon, they called cabins one by one over the speaker. They did it by deck. Mine was later. When they said deck 7, I put on 2 masks and gloves I had saved. I opened the door for the first time in days. The hall smelled bad, like disinfectant and something else. I did not look at other doors. I walked straight to the stairs, following the crew in protective gear who pointed the way. We went down in small groups. Everyone stayed apart.
My legs felt weak on the stairs. I held the rail with my gloved hand, then wiped it after. The process at the medical tent on the dock took 2 hours. Temperature check, questions, swab test. They gave me a paper. Quarantine at home for 14 days. I got a bus to the airport with other passengers. No one talked much. At the airport, I bought water and food. I ate sitting far from others. My flight was delayed, but I made it. I sat by the window and looked out during takeoff. The ship was still visible far away, small now. During the flight, I thought about everything. The rules kept me safe. Staying in the room, cleaning, rationing, not opening the door. I landed in Ohio late. My sister picked me up. She wore a mask. We did not hug. At home, I showered for a long time. Then I sat on my couch. The quiet was different here. Safer. I checked news on my phone. The virus on the ship killed 14 people, over 200 sick, many crew. The ship was still being cleaned. I survived. I followed the rules. But even at home, I kept the habits. I wiped door handles. I washed hands often. I stayed inside. Some nights I still cannot sleep well. I think about the hall sounds, the waiting, the small cabin. I think about how fast things change. One day normal cruise, next day rules to survive. I still have the paper list of rules in my desk drawer. I look at it sometimes. Stay in cabin, wash hands, wear mask, report symptoms. Simple words. They worked. I am alive. That is what matters. The days after I got home were quiet. I followed the 14-day quarantine strictly. I stayed in my apartment. I ordered groceries online and left them outside the door for a few hours before bringing them in. I wiped every package with disinfectant. My thoughts during those days were mostly practical. Did I have enough toilet paper? Was the milk still good? Should I call work and tell them I need more time? I did call. My boss was understanding, but I could hear the worry in his voice. He said, "Take all the time I need." I watched the news carefully. The virus from the ship had spread to some people on land, but not as bad as they feared. Health officials said quick action on the ship helped. The rules helped. I thought a lot about the people who did not make it. The man yelling in the hole about his wife. I wondered what happened to them. I hoped they got help, but I knew the odds. One afternoon, I went through my cruise photos on my phone. Pool deck, dinner plate, ocean view. They looked normal. Hard to believe what came after. I started exercising more at home. Push-ups, sit-ups, using water bottles as weights. My body felt better when I moved. It kept my mind from going in circles. I talked to my sister every day on video. She asked how I was feeling. I said fine. I did not tell her about the nights I sat awake listening to nothing. Food delivery came on day 5 of home quarantine. I wiped everything. I cooked simple meals, rice, chicken from the freezer, vegetables. I ate at the table and looked out my window at the street. Normal life outside. Cars, people walking dogs. It felt distant. I made new lists. Things to buy when quarantine ends. More masks, bigger bottle of sanitizer, thermometer, just in case. My temperature stayed normal. No cough, no fever.
Every morning I checked. On day 10 of quarantine, I received a letter from the cruise company. It apologized, offered refund, medical advice. I read it once and put it in the drawer with the rules paper. I thought about going back to work soon, sitting at my desk with numbers. It seemed good, safe, predictable. The last days of quarantine, I cleaned my whole apartment, wiped surfaces, washed clothes twice. I wanted everything fresh. When the 14 days ended, I went outside for a short walk. I wore a mask. I kept distance from the few people I saw. The air felt cold on my face. My legs were steady. I bought coffee at a drive-thru, drank it in my car. Simple pleasure. Back home, I sat and thought about the ship again. The small cabin, the rules, how I followed them every hour. I survived because I did not break them. I did not open the door. I did not go out. I cleaned. I waited. That was the story. Not exciting, just actions and thoughts, day after day. I still live carefully. I think that is smart. The world can change fast. A virus on a cruise ship taught me that. I keep the list. I follow the rules when needed. Stay safe. That is the main thing.